I'm a little traumatized every time I go to the store and I'm the only one wearing a mask. So I come out to the car and I need a second to like decompress and actually start feeling a little bit safer again. Because y'all are a bunch of plague rats.
You know when you wish someone kept their mask on?
Yeah. A little bit traumatized? I know exactly how you feel. Don't worry. And I love the huffing and puffing. Like, you know, the most cardio she's done that day is walk into the car, you know, real upset. Like, you know, I'm really she's about to pass out in the vehicle.
It's like an emphysema inhaler commercial right there.
Yeah.
Is this you? Get help. No, but what it's always funny is it's always, the physiognomy is that I've always pointed out, like it's always these like obese people. Ma'am, you haven't made a health decision, let alone a good one, in a while. And you're here to lecture me on my health. I know that we've hammered that away, but it always seems to be the worst offenders of health and health violations, like basic dignity, that seem to suddenly have come out as the ultimate experts on what is good for my life and my body. You're a lifter.
Yeah.
You lift weights.
You too.
I mean, I'm a amateur. We're getting into it, but it's like these people have no business. They have no business, and I mean this, telling young, healthy people what we need to do when they can't even control what they eat.
Mm-hmm. Real. And this actually, I have a perfect story. I was driving back from my university, or rather going on the bus back from my university just a few weeks ago, and the bus driver just stared at me while I was standing outside of the bus and said, "Mask." And so I'm like, oh, okay, my bad. So I put the mask on, you know, I'm hopping on the bus. I'm just trying to get home, you know, long day at school.
What state is this?
This is Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but unfortunately, I'm born in one of the only liberal cities in the state of Utah. You know, just my
Salt
luck.
Lake?
Yeah. It's a rough place. There's Black Lives Matter signs, LGBT
Yeah, there's
signs
a lot of
everywhere.
gay people there.
Everywhere. It's insane, which is funny too, because the closer you get to like the church center, the more protests you kind of see. It's like something that they know they can't do anything about, because the closest you'll get to a theocracy is in Utah, but you know, they rebel anyway. So I'm on this bus, and the bus driver is obese, is short, and then right after telling me all of the dangers of COVID, she's like, "You don't want to get it. I almost died. My whole family got COVID. I didn't get it. I'm young and healthy." And all of the studies show that my age demographic, 18 to 24, if you're healthy, if you work out, there are more negative consequences. So I'm in the minority of people who, you know, really just looking at the science are not going to benefit from this. But she then, right after telling me this, cracks open a Mountain Dew Kickstart and says, more drinkies, pours it into a big gulp glass. And she's probably had 3 of those today. Right. And I wanted to say something, but
America, land of the obese.
I'm telling you.
I mean, you're 23, you're healthy.
So kind.
No, but I mean, you know this. Like you take care of your health. It requires constant decision making to like choose to eat what's right, to exercise, to like not be the food.
Yes.
The food is poisoning. It's easy to get. It's easy to get fat. For a lot of people, especially as you get older. You're like in your early 20s or 19. Okay, so for you, it's going to be a little harder to gain weight. But past 25, once you're 25, it literally is just downhill in terms of your metabolism. So it's like,
especially for women.
That's what I'm saying. Is like when you're out there. When you see somebody who's like medically, literally, they are a living adipose tissue. Like I imagine if I looked at my stomach fat under a microscope, that's what my cells look like. But it's like, are you going to take medical advice from this unit?
Oh gosh, I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that. I have like a big pickle about fat people.
What's your pickle with fat people? Your big fat Jill pickle with them.
We were talking about this last night, Elijah, because she was like, "I just don't think that we should fat shame," and I was like, "I think that we should actually."
Okay, why shouldn't we fat shame?
Not in that way.
Tell me though, because if I'm wrong, because obviously you're wiser than me. Maybe I'm wrong. What?
I don't know if I'm very wise.
Well, I'd love to know. Like, I mean, because I think I like fat shaming, and I think it's a good thing. It helps me. Like when my friends are like, "Bro, like." You've been, that's what kind of got me back on a good healthy way, is my friends making fun of me and being like, bro, don't be a fat loser.
Bullying is inherently right wing. It works.
Yeah, it worked, but people do disagree with that. And there's a lot of people that watch the show that disagree with it too and think it's rude, it's mean, it's not necessary. What's the alternative? Like, why is it bad?
Well, let's define the fat shaming though that you're doing versus what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking like fat shaming is like, oh my gosh, look at that heifer. She really needs to stop eating all that crap. But she was like, no, it's not like that, Mom. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that's what I'm thinking fat shaming is.
No, she's saying, though, that it's like you see a fat person on the street and you're like, you're fat, like to their face for no reason.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's how you explained it to me.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I am fat phobic. Okay, like
I
I
you're
have.
scared of fat people.
I
on
am.
the
Major
show.
key.
I'm scared of obesity, and but what I'm not afraid of
That's
is
me too.
Yeah, I'm
That's why
actually
I
afraid.
stayed skinny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's genuinely a fear.
Yeah.
You ever seen those TikToks where it's like, if you just go to the gym because you don't want to be fat, you're not healthy, you're fat phobic.
Yes.
And then it cuts to like a car speeding. It's like me and the homies on the way to be fat at the gym to be fat phobic. Like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah. But I'm saying like fat shaming is this. The reason why, it's the same reason why I speak out against the gay community. Let me switch it from fat to gayness. Andy he's a journalist friend of mine. He's also, you're like your people.
Yeah.
He's Asian.
He's your
people.
But he's
All people.
no, but he basically was like, hey, like you should have this. I'm gonna have him on. You should have this gay guy on because you speak out a lot against gay people. I said, no, I don't speak out against gay people. I speak out against the gay community. Andy knows gay. I like Andy because Andy knows not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so I like people who aren't pieces of shit. And so Andy would fall into that category of a kind, gentle person.
I agree with
Whether
you.
we disagree on certain things, that's
Yeah.
okay. I can be his friend still because he's a genuine person. A lot of people are different than me. I can be friends with a fat person who just struggles, who just struggles, like especially the ones that were born with like gland issues and hormone issues,
yeah,
which is very
yeah.
rare. Most people are just lazy. What I have a problem with, and the reason why I speak out against the gay community, is because they are not just trying to be quiet and live their lives in peace. They're trying to force their ideology down my throat. And so fat people, the same way, I'm not like, I understand some people struggle, and I'm not just looking at a fat person being like, I hate you. I'm saying the fat people have tried to normalize obesity and say that not only is it normal to just be a disgusting fat slob, but that it's also like, it's a form of health. Like it's an alternative way to live. Just like the gay community is like, well, you could be male, female, or trans, or gay, or this, like as if it's just like, you just get to pick.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
That. I don't mind if someone struggles with homosexuality, if someone struggles with their weight
yeah,
or whatever.
you're gonna struggle.
We're humans, people have issues,
Yeah.
but not normalizing it. So if you're gonna normalize it, I would say something else, but you're in the room and I don't want to be disrespectful.
It's okay.
See,
Bring it on.
this is one of my favorite phrases within weightlifting. You may have heard it too. It's there's no shame in being weak, only staying weak. It's kind of the same thing as
I
being
like
fat.
that. Yeah.
I have had people more than anywhere else recognize me for my political content at the gym. What does that tell you about our audience? And it is not a problem to go into a gym fat. And everybody thinks, oh, well, I'm going to get made fun of. People are going to make fun of me because I'm doing all this cardio and whatnot. No, the fact that you're there proves exactly what kind of a person you are. Nobody's ever going to laugh at you for that. They're happy you're there, and they're going to help you out with these exercises. All the gym boomers are right there with you.
A great philosopher once said that you can be 2 out of 3 things: liberal, smart, or honest, but you can't be all 3. At Slightly Offensive, we're smart and honest. And if you like this clip, head over to Slightly Offensive YouTube channel by clicking right here, where you can find new episodes of our show weekly. We're bringing you the topics, news stories, and angles that will have you saying, why the hell wasn't I subscribed sooner? Also, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel too.